this wasn't for me. So I'm sitting on the fence here with a no bet for this Hillary Needler over 5. It's Midnight Affair who does head the betting at 2.2. Ziggy's Phoenix is 5.0. Flora of Bermuda is 6.5. Never Fear 7.0. Bigger prices the rest. Charlie, I couldn't really find a reason to take on Midnight Affair, and then she was just short enough. I think that Soprano form is pretty good. I like Soprano who won it, and Midnight Affair entitled to take a step forward for it. I think a few of Richard Fahey's have. So I just sat it out. But you are happy to take her on.
Yeah, again, I agree with all of that. And I think probably she is the filly with the greater scope moving forward. But just at the prices, I thought Ziggy's Phoenix was backable. You know, she's a real solid, likable sprinting 2-year-old. You know, she was very good at Chester. The form of that has worked out okay. They also finished 3rd of Hugo Palmer's, ran well in the Woodcut next time. And then she went over to Shantia and just looked a bit short of boot, you know, but beat 4 lengths in a listed race there. Back to Beverley, I thought the stiffer track would suit her well. You know, this is her 5th start, so she's ultra professional. If she can get away sharply and get on the front end, I just felt she might have a bit too much experience maybe for Midnight Affair. And at the prices 5.0, I thought she was backable because of that. For all that I agree with you that there are probably horses in here with greater scope to improve beyond her as the season progresses.
Steve, what would you like to add?
Yeah, spot on. Yeah, I thought the stiffer track would certainly help Ziggy's Phoenix. And it's that old kind of early season 2-year-old race where it's the potential, the promise versus the experience. And quite often the experience, like Charlie said, was it comes out on top of horses that will improve past her later in the season. So, yeah, Ziggy's Phoenix for me.
Okay, next up, there's 2 shots for Ziggy's Phoenix there against the favourite in the Hillary Needler. And next up, we go to 7.5 furlongs, where Hugo Gregory is a course and distance winner who ran well her last time. 5.0, 5.5 for Miss Britain. United Front is 6.5, 7.5 Ascot Adventure, Min till 9. Outrun the Storm 10.0. Then we get stuck into the double figures. 3 different horses going up. I'll come to you, Charlie, because you are with the favourite.
Yeah, I mean, he loves Beverley. He's off 68. He just got chinned the last day over the same course and distance. He's up 3, but I mean, again, looking at his back class, you know, a couple of years ago, this horse that was well able to be very competitive and marks right up in the 80s, and he's well drawn. And I thought he got an ultra aggressive ride the last day from David Allen, who's back on board today. I just thought with a little bit more restraint, maybe tomorrow, it would see him good enough to take this race out. But again, I mean, it's a fairly ordinary contest for a race on terrestrial TV, and my strength for him was more on the fact that there were plenty of horses that are out of form or better on the all weather than the turf, and Beverley is a tricky track, especially around that round course. And this lad, he seems to run it particularly well. And I just thought there was plenty in his favour that you'd struggle not to see him in the shake-up. And like I say, he after his 3 runs already this season, he deserves to go one better. And the price I thought was fair enough, actually, in what is an open contest.
Yeah, so I wasn't dead against Hugo Gregory, who clearly likes it here. I guess I felt that, you know, last time, if he couldn't win that last time, he's up £3 in on paper a better race. But say on paper a better race is in the conditions of it, but it's not that deep. He's going to be there or thereabouts, isn't he? Miss Britain, I felt probably wants a slightly easier ground. United Front, I am still a bit concerned about the Appleby horses, and I thought he might want a little bit further. Ascot Adventure's out of form and short enough at it. And then I got to Floral Splendor at 11.0, and I will back her win and place. Oh, I mean, it wasn't a great run last time, but she did get stopped. She didn't have a chance to go through with her run. She might have finished a little bit closer. Her last win was on her debut. She came on quick ground over 7. She definitely wants quick ground. So there have been excuses the last 3 starts before York. Last time was a bit disappointing, but it was a better race than this. And I think she's got a chance of definitely getting in the frame anyway. So I'll go with her win and place, but it's not overly confident. I wanted to find something at a price because I didn't love those towards the top of the betting. Steve.
Yeah, Ascot Adventure. Yeah, definitely out of form. But again, coming from David O'Mara's yard, I expect this horse to come good at some point, especially with him going so well at the moment. And this horse has only had 2 runs for David O'Mara, had been with Clive Cox and showed good form last season in patches, especially over this sort of distance. It seems to be a 7 furlong specialist, and that is kind of a good thing to have over this distance, that's for sure. And if he does come back to his form, he's again a horse that is really, really well treated. And with someone like David O'Mara, who's now hitting form, I'm willing to take the chance that he can get this horse back in decent shape, Ascot Adventure. And if that's the case, it's going to go very well.
Okay, Floral Splendor, Hugo Gregory, Ascot Adventure. Hopefully we've got it right between us. Last up is the 2-year-old trophy. We're over 5 again for this at Beverley. More potentially nice juveniles on shot. And we've all gone for the same horse, Fusterlandia. I don't know who's most confident. I'm sort of trying to gauge people's. Go on, give me an idea, Charlie, Steve. Who's particularly confident?
Yeah, I put him up as my best bet. So
go on then.
Yeah,
take it away.
I mean, look, the owners team, they've got a seriously good bunch of horses right now, and including in the 2-year-old division. And I just thought at Leicester the last day, geez, this horse travelled incredibly strong. Look, the winner everywhere and got chinned by Golden Mind, the horse of Richard Fahey's. It wasn't Kevin Stott's fault, but the way the race unfolded, he travelled so well up near the pace that he almost. I just wonder if he ended up in front a bit long. Was still looked a bit babyish under pressure, and like I say, got chinned by one that flashed by him and he didn't have a chance to respond. I think the fact that we're now coming back a furlong in trip with a run under his belt has to be a serious positive, because he just travelled so well. He travelled like a very good horse, I thought, like a potential Royal Ascot 2-year-old. And for that reason, I thought he had loads of upside. And the fact that he's 4.0 was, I thought, very, very reasonable price. And I really like this horse. Yeah, like I say, I thought the way he went through his race marked him up as a horse with a serious amount of potential.
And over this distance, a handy or a good draw, an ability to get handy is a big plus. And like the way he went last time, I feel that he will be in the lead and hopefully will stay there. Quick ground's obviously not a problem. And the level of that run, I would rather him getting £4 from the 2 previous winners. For all, one of them was a course and distance winner, and the other one absolutely smashed up, having been well supported. So Fusterlandia just about for me at 4.0, but it's tight at the top, Steve.
Yeah, I just think that run of Fusterlandia at Leicester were better than the winners, because when you consider the Godolphin horse, who'd run very well at York, Impressive Act, was 5 lengths back in third, having made the running. So you wouldn't make too many excuses for that. So I thought it was a very good performance. And like Charlie said, the horse travelled so well, you can see why they're stepping back to 5 furlongs, especially on a stiff track. And it reminds me a lot of last year's winner, Chateau, beaten first time up, a little bit unlucky. And Chateau did everything he could to try and lose this race last year, got in all sorts of trouble. But with that draw on the rail, Kevin Stott can keep it pretty simple, especially over 5 furlongs, having run over 6 first time. So yeah, I'm very keen on Fusterlandia, I must say.
All right, the team steam, good. That is all 8 races done. Is it 8? It is, I think it is. We can come to Matchbook Zero long shot. So Matchbook Zero, there is 0